how to create an authority engine as a founder. So authority engine's my word. It's kind of like how to think about getting your message out there or creating content so that people think of you kind of like an authority and maybe an expert or a thought leader, whatever word you want to use. But as a founder, as the CEO of a company, how do you do that? Because if you do it right, it's pretty cool. You'll get access to people. When you tweet at somebody or you email somebody cold, they'll actually respond because they can see online that you're a real person that does real things. Or you'll get invites to invite-only events. You'll get certain things that most people don't even know exist. You'll get invited. The other thing you'll get is recognition, for what you're doing. Because if you're out there and you're talking, people will recognize you for that. That's how people get press. Press begets press. Talking and speaking begets speaking. I'm not going to use this video, but I just want to share with you guys, sometimes when you're talking and you can't find the words, you just go with it. Because people see my videos and they go, oh, Dan, you're so good on video. No, I'm not. This is not the first retake I've done in the session. I've done 4 videos so far, and pretty much every other one, I've got an average of 2.3 restarts so far. So I'm adding to the average, but I wanted to keep rolling so that you understand that it's not as easy as you think. Because we're talking about the authority engine, aren't we? Aren't we talking about getting your message out there to people? And if you're worried that doing it wrong will mean you can't do it, or if you're scared to do it, you can't start over, you can. So actually, I'm just gonna keep rolling with this video. So check this out. The challenge that most people have is that they don't feel like what they have to say is worthwhile, which is crazy because everybody's been in the position where you were before you started. If you're an entrepreneur and you're 2 years in, somebody's still an employee trying to start their first business. So you have something to share. Or they're worried that it's gonna take too much time. Like, how do I find the time to create the content you're about to suggest we do? Or if I have investors, are they gonna worry I'm wasting my time on the wrong things? These are all possibilities, but they're not reality. When I moved to San Francisco in 2008, I was trying to understand how the whole landscape worked. And I started thinking about people that I was aware of, right? That were notable. And what I noticed, the common thread amongst all these people is they had a blog. And prior to that, I never wrote. I replied to emails, but I had never written a thing, an article, an essay, a statement of my beliefs on the internet for other people to judge. But I realized that if I really wanted to kind of get out there and be known and really just kind of accelerate my career, I'd have to learn how to share my ideas. And I just started blogging. And that began the whole path. And since then, I've personally built a pretty large personal brand, and that's what I call, again, the authority engine. I've also helped create blogs with 350,000 unique visitors like Flowtown. My 2 companies ago, we had a huge blog in the marketing industry. And then with Clarity, my previous company, I actually use speaking as a growth engine. And so there's a bunch of different ways to do that. So what I want to share with you guys is the 3 strategies to do that. First is really positioning. How do you think about the world, right? What can you teach? That's the positioning, is whoever you are as a founder in whatever industry you're in, is what can you teach about that industry? Also, what do you stand for? Most people don't realize they need to stand for something, because if not, there's nothing to say, right? And people want to listen and hear from people that stand for something. So the first thing you got to figure out is essentially how to position yourself as an authority. So that's number 1. 2 is packaging, okay? Which channel are you going to use to package your message and get it out there? When I started, it was blogging, then social media with Twitter, and now it's YouTube videos, and then speaking with Clarity. So really, you can evolve over time, but I want to suggest that you pick one, package your message into that channel, and really learn about it, study it, get good at it. If you're a really bad writer like I was, and I still think I am, but just learn to write, learn to do videos, learn to tweet. These are all kind of arts and skills that you can learn over time. And what's amazing is that you'll be able to build an audience, right? That'll give you access, that'll help you find new customers, that'll make it so much easier for you to hire great people. So that's the second one, is packaging. And the third is promotion, right? How are you gonna get your message out there? Who's gonna help carry that message out there? Because you can go on there and I've had people that have written a blog post every day for 365 days, and at the end of it, they had 13 readers, right? Their mother, their cousins, and their best friends. So you gotta ask yourself, what's my promotional strategy to build my authority engine? And for me, that's really thinking about partners. It's about other experts in the industry, other thought leaders. It's about media and press and maybe contributing articles. But this is part of a bigger conversation that I usually sit down and work with entrepreneurs to figure out, because it's something that I've just naturally been able to understand, and it's what I share. I'm gonna leave a link below this video that you can learn more about creating your own authority engine. But that is the third one, is promotion. How do you get your message out there? I wanna ask you, if you have any questions around your topic, if you're trying to figure out what should I talk about, leave your comment below. Let me know what topic you're thinking about, what experience you have, and I'll answer my thoughts on that. I want to ask you, if you know anybody who needs to see this video, share it with them and subscribe to my channel. And as per usual, I want to challenge you guys to live a bigger life and a bigger business, and I'll see you next Monday.